I need to game.
Hi, I'm Blubbly's mom. You might know me from narrating books, streaming, or other thing I've done. On December 17th, 2025, I received my annual Steam Replay. The Steam Replay gives you stats about the games you played on Steam over the last year. These are mostly just fun factoids to me, but one stuck out this year. According to Steam, I played 97 games. Now, this number is a bit inflated as some of those were demos or games I didn't fully play. But I digress. 42% of them were released in 2025, 48% were released sometime in the last 7 years. Then the final 10% were what Steam called classic, which were released 8 or more years ago. In the coming year of 2026, a classic game counts as anything that was released before 2019. A quick reminder for you of what games became classic this year. Octopath Traveler, Sea of Thieves, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2, Celeste, God of War, 2018. Nothing like some classic old games, you know? But that 10% stuck in my mind. It was just too low. I felt like I wasn't doing my due diligence as a gamer. An idea hatched in my head. I had played, or at least opened, 97 games in 2025. Take note the average amount of games played by Steam users in 2025 is a whopping 4. But what if I played 100 games in 2026? Eventually, this idea coalesced into the wriggling little monstrosity I find myself with today. No, Blubbly, not you. Not this time. I would pick 3 games released each year, going back 30 slutty arbitrary years to 1996. The process for this was generally looking at the Wikipedia list of games sorted by years, picking out a bunch of random titles, then narrowing it down to 4 for each year. An exception is 2017. I had my wife pick the games out for me instead. For the years from then, I picked them out by unplayed games in my library or things that were on my wish list. The qualifiers for whether I would pick a game were thus. It had to be a single-player game, include a story, and I was generally unfamiliar with it. Though some titles were included that didn't quite fit the criteria, they always matched at least 2 out of 3. The math-minded among you might realize that playing 3 games from each year for 30 years adds up to 93. And that picking 4 games is not 3. That 4th game served 2 purposes. One, if I couldn't make a game work, I'd have a substitute to try. I recently switched to Linux and the learning curve has been variable. Not to mention old games are already cantankerous. Second is that an extra 30 games means I can just pick 7 games out of that list to get to 100. Now between having to use that extra list as I was installing or fighting games to get running, I ended up with only 18 remaining. Also, from 2018, I kind of stopped picking a 4th game. Anyway, how do I pick those 7 games I need? I will wait until I finish with the first 93. At that point, it will be much closer to 2027, and if I have an audience, I'll leave it up to you. You see, I'll be playing these games and rating them as I go, live on YouTube and Twitch over the course of 2026. The order they will be played is by year released. Of the games with the same release year, I'll choose which to play. Now, certain circumstances, read housing, finding a job, energy, and internet speed, mean I might not be able to actually stream all of them. In those instances, I'll figure something out. Videos per game, per year, monthly recaps, updates of some kind. I will be live on YouTube on this channel and on Twitch at twitch.tv/Blubbly'sMom. Links below. So from Blubbly and I, see you around.